Right then, so welcome to the next episode of Welcome to Overwatch. Today we'll be looking at the robotic citizens of the Overwatch world known as Omnics. So I've mentioned Omnics a couple times before in terms of the Omnic Crisis, which was the event that caused Overwatch to come together. So the Omnics are robots initially created by a very large corporation. I can't remember what its name was, but essentially it was the Omnica Corporation. However, the Omnica Corporation was shut down after investigations found massive corporate fraud. They were made by automated factories called Omniums, which were built with self-improving algorithms. They kind of became self-aware, and so Omnics do have free will, and some of them argue souls. So there are some. So basically, the Omniums about 30 years ago went rogue and churns out legions of Omnics, which is the Omnic Crisis. That was brought the original Overwatch together, and that was what the Crisis that brought the original Overwatch together. And so at the moment there's now quite a lot of suspicion about them, just because they have proved themselves to be killer robots, potentially. No one knows, not even the Omnics actually know why the Omnic Crisis occurred, which is kind of weird. There are these things called God AIs. There's one in the Temple of Anubis, which is the map that you see. That is the Egyptian map you see in a couple of the earlier episodes. But yeah, overall, they can hack Omnics, but it's not clear what they've done. That was a really garbled explanation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're looking for perfectly due content. You don't find that here. Anyway, so I'm going to take you through the 4 characters that we're going to be looking at today. 3 of them are complete Omnics. One of them is a cyborg. And we'll start with the cyborg to kind of move from human to Omnic smoothly. One thing that's interesting is that we don't have any kind of set villainous Omnics. All the Omnics that we have are either nice or have been made after war. So a couple characters, there's still what's called the second Omnic Crisis happening in Russia. So the Russia Omnium is still active. This is why Zarya joined the Russian army, actually, to fight against the second Omnic Crisis happening. Diva, who we'll get to as one of the last characters, is also being conscripted to fight against Omnics. There is a huge Omnic off the coast of South Korea that keeps popping up, and they haven't found a way to permanently beat it. It keeps retreating and self-repairing. Anyway, so we'll start with looking at our cyborg ninja friend, Genji. That is not Genji's normal skin. I had forgotten. Hold on. I had forgotten. I kind of want to show all the characters. I kind of want to show all the characters' normal skins. So this is Genji. Some of you will appreciate the butt. As you can see, he is mostly a cyborg. So he is the brother of Hanzo, the archer I showed in the first episode. They were both sons of the Shimada clan, a Yakuza clan in a powerful Yakuza crime family in Japan. Genji tried to leave, so they sent Hanzo after him. Hanzo nearly killed him, and thought he did. Genji got picked up by Overwatch and got made into a cyborg. I'll show you what he looked like when he was with Overwatch, because it's quite a big change. Sorry, I'm going to keep leaving, jumping out. So, this is what Genji looked like in... This is what Genji looked like when he was a member of the Blackwatch division of Overwatch. I mean, just look at that. Yeah, I think I prefer his normal outfit, to be honest. Oh yeah, we're currently between seasons in competitive, and that means that we're currently between season in competitive, which means that there's not really anything big going on right then. So, Genji is a very, very mobile character. Terrifyingly mobile. He can double jump. I think he's the only character who can. And he can run up walls like his brother. I assume that's a special Shimada training program. His weaponry are the shurikens. So he has two primary modes of fire. You have the direct burst, where he throws 3 shurikens forward. And then you have a version where he throws 3 shurikens out like that. So they kind of depend. Their usage kind of depends on where you are. So close up, the 3 shurikens are more powerful. Far away, if you can get a headshot, you want to go with the primary straightforward fire. So his second ability is another one that requires me to stand in front of these things. So Genji can deflect bullets with his sword, which is very handy. That includes things he can deflect ultimates. In fact, Hanzo's ultimate, Dragon Strike, can be deflected by Genji. Genjis are notorious for needing healing. There are no healers in this map, so I just use the health packs. His next ability is a dash forward. Brings out his sword. Any enemy in its way takes 50 damage. It's very good for finishing enemies off. Also, Genji's advice from a Symmetra player. A lot of Genjis, when they're fighting a Symmetra, will try to deflect. Genji's deflect only deflects projectile weapons, so it can't deflect beam weapons like Symmetra, Maze, or Zarya's. Don't dash behind Symmetra, or so if you are facing an enemy with a beam weapon, dash behind them and attack them from range, because most beam weapons have a shorter range than your shurikens. If you want to see something very anime, I suggest watching his one of the first animated short. It's called Dragons, and it is Genji versus Hanzo, basically. So his ultimate is similar to Hanzo. So basically he gets his sword. As you can see, I'm not particularly good with it. For about 7 seconds, he has a sword that does 125 damage per strike. So if you are in a crowd of kind of fairly weak heroes, like kind of particularly supports, Genji is kind of notorious for going after support heroes. You can just rip through them. It's great if you can get it to work right. So what I'm showing isn't really Genji play, because you really want to be jumping around He's very good at flanking, obviously, because of his very high mobility. You know, so really, if you want a proper Genji play, I should be jumping around a lot more, climbing up walls, stuff like that. Also remember when playing Genji, just because I played enough support characters to know this. Supports can't heal you if they can't see you. There is a reason why Genji is one of those tutorial things. Just as a quick trivia note, he was actually rescued by Mercy, the Overwatch medic. She was the one who gave him all of his upgrades. So, despite the fact he's notorious for killing support heroes, he's actually connected to 2 of them, and we'll look at the next one now. So this is Zenyetta. Why yes, he is a floating robotic monk. He is awesome. He is Genji's mentor, although he's actually one of the youngest characters, but when you've been programmed to arrive as an adult, being 20 doesn't really matter. So he left a group called the Shimbade, who are a group of robotic monks in Nepal, because, you know, robotic monks in Nepal. And is currently travelling the world to kind of spread peace and harmony. And kick ass. So the first thing you'll notice...
True self is without form.
The youngest character, Diva, is actually 18. But you will notice that his health bar, most of it is shields, and he has only got 50 HP. He's only got 50 non-shield HP. He is a very squishy character. No movement options. So if you have a Zenyetta in the area, keep care of them. He makes up for this by being 1, fairly good healer, and 2, surprisingly good at offense. And yes, Sombra's EMP does remove shield HP. So as normal fire, he throws these orbs at people.
Do not be discouraged. Everyone
he can also charge them up and release them all at once, which is very good if you know an enemy is coming around a corner. Pull back, charge up your orbs, wait for them to pop out. Nice and simple. Now, he's got 2 other abilities, one of which is the Orb of Discord.
Darkness falls.
Now, okay, so I'll do that again, but so here is how many blows it takes to destroy an enemy without Discord. I'm not aiming for headshots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the Orb of Discord on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, it increases the amount of damage that the person having it attached takes. The other one is the Orb of Harmony, which is a healing item. So you can see that, well, if this bot was injured, you could see it healing. It will disappear if I stop looking at the friendly bot for about 3 seconds. I said if I stopped looking at the... Maybe they changed how it works. Huh. There we are. It gets returned. So you have to keep them in. Similarly, so you can have both orbs active at once. You also, above the symbols with his abilities and his ammo, you can see how much damage, the health of the things with it. You can also use it as a bit of a tracking ability, but only you can see it. It's not kind of very wide. You might notice I haven't talked much about Zenyatta's kind of lore. That's because neither has the Overwatch people. He's related to Moniata, he was another Shimbadi monk who Widowmaker killed in Ritual alive. But that's about, and he kills out with Genji and is pretty chill. But that's about it. I mean, we know that his melee attack is just him kicking. Ah! Damn it. Pretty cool. All characters apart from Reinhardt and Torbjorn with their hammers do the same amount of melee damage. 30 damage. And look at
You refuse to learn.
So his ultimate ability is
Tranquility.
Transcendence, where he goes glowy, opens up a rift to somewhere, and starts spitting healing energy. He's also immortal when invulnerable, not immortal, when in Transcendence himself, and he heals everyone in the area. So it's a very useful thing to push past, you know, if you need to push past an area with lots of firepower pointed at you, you can kind of heal all the damage as your allies take it. Although a big attack like Diva's or Junkrat's ults, so big explosions, will be able to kill people before you have a chance to heal them. Although not even they can harm Zenyetta when he's in his vulnerable mode. So although I said that most of the Omnics that we have are not related to the war, that isn't quite true. So this is Bastion, who is... I can't bother to change it there. Image. So Bastion is a sorry, I just love that mode. The Bastion units were the frontline soldiers of the Omnic during the Omnic crisis. Bastion has one thing that it does, and it does it very well. Okay, so it can change modes. So this is its recon mode, and fairly fast gun.
Double kill.
Nothing particularly special. It's very slow and doesn't move very quickly. It does have an ability where it can self-heal. So if I take the damage, there we are, healed up. So it's got quite good survivability. Though ideally it wants a shield, because its main thing is turret time. So Bastions can turn into the Gatling gun turrets, which pump out hideous amounts of damage. So quite often you'll just have a Bastion just, you know, guarding somewhere important, possibly with a Reinhardt in front of it, using its shields.
Double kill.
You know, just... So it's obviously quite a... Bastion is obviously quite a safety character. A good Bastion, like a good Torbjorn, will be constantly changing their position so that the enemy can't work out a counter strategy. Bastions are fairly well known as being the bane of low level players. So if you're just starting and come against the Bastion, Genji's Deflect is very good if you can stand in front of it and get it to fire at you while using Deflect. Obviously, Bastion pumps out a heck of a lot of damage in the can pump out a heck of a lot of damage in Sentry mode. Junkrat is very good. He pumps out a lot of damage and doesn't need linear line of sight. Sombra can hack it out of the Sentry mode. Diva can run up to it using her shield to block its attacks and then open fire at close range. There are ways around it, but usually it does require some team coordination. At higher levels, unfortunately for Bastion, a lot of people kind of work out how to handle it, so you don't see it that much at higher levels, although it can still be used very effectively there. So now let's look at the ultimate. You're a tank!
Double kill. Triple kill. Quadruple kill.
Yeah. So Bastion's ultimate, you turn into a tank and drive around. It is a bit dangerous because you can still be shot and killed, and you lose access to your healing as it. But again, Bastion is all about pumping out damage. Like, that's what it does. So let's go. He's also got a bird friend. So this is the special skin for Chinese New Year. For last year, the year of the rooster. Hence why it's a rooster. Normally, it's a small yellow bird called Ganymede. So Bastion's backstory is that it basically reactivated itself after the war. Found itself in a lush forest, kind of completely overgrown. And doesn't seem to have kept most of its kind of kill all humans programming. It will still get panicked if, you know, something startles it. It appears to basically have PTSD and not be very good to handle it. At the moment, it's actually been picked up by Torbjorn. Seen here dressed as a Viking. Torbjorn doesn't really like Omnics because his technology was used to create them. But he's kind of willing to give this Bastion a shot. I can't remember whether Torbjorn has lost a hand or not. Anyway, that's not the point. So let's go from one of the oldest members of the group, to actually the youngest character. I lied when I said Diva was a young character. Orisa is only a few months old. So this is Orisa. I really needed to check my skins before I did this. Okay, so this is Orisa. You'll notice the very non-standard character design, the centaur body. So essentially, the city of Numbani in Africa had a load of Omnic defense bots in their kind of security systems, which hadn't turned road. These were destroyed when the criminal Doomfist broke out. We'll talk about him next week. But basically, he destroyed all of them, and the parts were picked up by an 11-year-old genius inventor called Elfie, who used them to put together Orisa here. So Orisa is kind of considered a composite character a bit, because she's a lot like characters who have come before her. Okay, so most obvious one is that her gun is a lot like Bastion's. Has a lot of ammo, pumps out a lot of damage. Does have, it's a projectile weapon, I think, not called a hit scan weapon. So there's a difference in that projectile weapon. The projectile gets modelled, and as it flies. Hit scan weapons, it goes, are you pointing it the right way? It's doing a much more kind of, are you pointing it in the right direction? It's actually quite important, particularly for things like snipers. So I think Hanzo is a projectile and Widow is a hit scan sniper. There are better guides as to what the difference is. So like Reinhardt, she can project a barrier. Hers, however, she doesn't need to keep up herself. You get the kind of half dome shaped one. One advantage you have over Reinhardt, his can take more damage, but she doesn't need to be. So you can see the health dropping of the barrier dropping as it takes damage. She doesn't need to maintain it, which means she can still fire stuff behind it. Next we have her. There's no real easy way to show this one. So, fortification ability. So this decreases the amount of damage she takes, and also prevents her from being trapped. So stuff like Mei can't freeze her, she can escape from Zarya's gravitation, ult, etc. Then we have one that a kind of mini gravity ball. So you use it to pull enemies together. You can also, so normally it will, if you fire it, it will keep going until it reaches a wall or floor. You can tell when it's, you can tell if it's going to be pulled in because you can see the line connecting them to the wall. You can also, if you right click again after firing it, you will use it no matter where it is. So if you use it correctly, you can do things like... That didn't work. Okay, wait for it to recharge. But again, so Orisa can put her barrier down and then just... Okay. So you can do things like that and pull them off the edge. So I've seen people get like 4 people off the edge at once through one of those. Her ultimate is kind of a support ultimate, and it's similar to Mercy's secondary beam in that it powers up the amount of damage you and your allies do. So if I start firing now,
Double kill.
yeah, basically anyone connected by line of sight to this gets an increase in damage. It will go away by itself after a while. It does also have health, which means that if you're not careful, the enemy can actually destroy it for you, which obviously you don't really want. She's a very solid kind of support tank, and is very good for building a defensive position around, a lot like Reinhardt. In fact, she was one of the things that they were looking for when they were making her, is for another tank which you could build a full defensive position around. So Bastion and Torbjorn especially like to be hiding behind that shield because they're very stationary. Okay, so those are the 4 heroes for today. As usual, we have a offensive hero, a defense hero, a tank hero and a support hero, with Orisa of course being the tank. So let's leave the game, for once not going to the hero gallery to change back into the skins I wanted to show, and let's go into some quick play. So, fun fact, when I was first coming up with which heroes were going to be in which episode, and I came up with the idea of doing the ones I was worst at, I'll be Orisa, because we're defending. So I'm backfilling, and that means that... So I'm backfilling, and which means the game is already in progress. So there's a Widow hand siding up there. Very good against snipers, these shields, because snipers can't snipe through them. So there's a Farah over there. Yeah, that's a very offensive heavy team. Okay.
Moving behind my barrier.
The Farah just blew herself up. There's an enemy somewhere around here.
Sniper located. Barrier activated.
Okay, so I'm caught in a May Blizzard, having been hacked so that my ability that stops May Blizzard from freezing me doesn't work anymore.
System restart initialized. I will watch over you.
Okay, so I walked out directly into a Farah ult, which is not what you want to do.
Sniper, be ready. I'm still
we're able to repel that charge, which is good. Go away, I have a shield. Sombra teleporting. So obviously a lot of Omnics have trouble with Sombra.
Been here all
As you can see. Orisa's not really working. I might try... That is a fast charging... That is a fast charging Sombra. Nope, that was a bad plan.
shield generators
Online.
I think we're about to...
Generator is under attack.
There's only so much we can do.
Kill the Mahal.
Yeah, bad plan. Going back to Orisa. And that's another wave of ults. Yeah, so we won't count that as a proper match because it was backfill, and you know, you always expect to lose in backfill. Doop-a-doo.
Play of the game.
I like me. I don't like this bit though. Oh.
Surrender. Double triple
You have to have over me for that. Right then, let's try again. I have a horrible feeling going back killing again.
66. Prepare your
Nope,
defenses.
I am defending again.
Select your
Okay,
hero.
now let's go for Orisa. I might need to switch to Zenyetta if we don't get a healer. Okay, we got a healer.
Your safety is my primary concern.
Yeah. Orisa has a fairly low amount of health for a tank, only
For
400
optimal chance of survival,
compared to, say,
stay in range of my
Roadhog
barriers.
600, Reinhardt's 500, I think. So yeah.
I can't wait to get started.
So as usual, we have the prerequisite sniper in one of her least stupid outfits,
Attackers
the
incoming
bikini.
in 30 seconds.
Stick to the
I
plan.
really wish I
And if
wasn't
you get into
joking.
trouble, I'll bail you out.
No wait, I really wish I was joking.
Wall coming up.
So we have
Empty
May.
your mind. Focus on the task at hand.
I mean, to be honest, it's not necessarily the team comp you'd want to have, but I'm just glad we don't have two snipers. Glad we don't have Widow and Hanzo. I mean, we do have two snipers, but we've got
One.
Hannah.
Attackers incoming.
For your safety,
You'll see a
please
lot
walk
of
behind
Widow
the
and
side.
Hanzo, and it does get kind of annoying. So there's a traitor somewhere. I don't know where she went. So they also have a traitor. And they also have, I believe, a Bastion. Yeah. Which is kind of a problem because Bastions are capable of pumping out a lot of nasty damage. Go away. So I think what they're trying to... Oh! We got flanked by the Bastion. Oh dear. So I think what they were trying to do is do the strategy known as pirate shipping, where they put the Bastion on top of the payload with a tank, a shield tank, so either Orisa or Orisa or Reinhardt, and then just start, you know. I got stuck. So either Orisa or Reinhardt, and then they use the shield like a sail and just rip people apart.
Installing updates.
The
Yeah, we've
payload
lost.
has reached the checkpoint.
We've lost the first checkpoint.
Please move behind the barrier. Routing navigation.
Yeah, Orisa's not working here. There's too many good counters.
I must rejoin my team.
Let's try Zenyetta.
True self is without form.
I think we need a bit more healing, and also the orbs can be really helpful. I don't think we're going to pull this one off, to be honest.
No one can hide.
They
from
have a
my
very
walk
good
out.
laser who keeps harassing us.
Yonder. Hola.
Yeah. To be honest, we probably need our Sombra or our May to do something about the
The
tracer.
outcome is not preordained.
I don't want to enter a Dragon's Strike.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
EMP charge.
Yeah, this isn't going well.
Overconfidence.
I think one of
is
the
a
problems with
flimsy
this,
shield.
one of the problems with doing the series the way I am
Be
is
one
that
with the universe.
I'm kind of deliberately limiting myself as to what characters I can use. Which is fun, but it is kind of a problem in situations like this, where we probably need to work out what a good counter to this is.
Double
I have your back. You better get out of the way.
Okay, so our Diva is currently being powered up by Anna's ultimate.
Thank you.
I can't see Diva to heal her. There we are, just managed to get me.
The shadow
Okay.
of doubt.
So we're now at the stage that the defenders tend to find easier. We're in a good position for it. I'm healing.
No one
Oh dear.
can hide from my sight.
Yeah. The snipers are doing pretty well, which is annoying.
The outcome is not preordained.
But still,
Walk it off.
just need to hold them off for another, what, 5 minutes? Totally doable.
Darkness falls.
Routing navigation system.
My ultimate is charged.
I can't see Diva to heal her properly.
The shadow.
Oh, there she is. Well, that was a wasted ult. And their traitor just stuck a bomb to me.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Adversity
It helps.
is an opportunity
I
for
think
change.
actually they should have stuck with a Bastion.
Open your mind.
Because he was just chewing through us. We couldn't really do anything about him. I am very inconsistent about what pronouns I use for Bastion. Just for reference. It doesn't help also that they've got a very good Mercy. She's very good at staying out of trouble. Is she good enough? Probably. She's good enough to get away from me.
Cease your resistance.
I got sniped.
Overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
Your mind's on.
Yeah, so I just got killed by Hanzo's scatter arrow. I'm not really a fond of Hanzo's scatter arrow.
Defeat.
Yeah.
Play of the game.
To be honest, I would probably switch to Junkrat there.
You're far up. Get in there.
But yeah, he basically just aimed at the floor
Watch over
near me and the arrow scattered and killed me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of annoyed about that as a way to go out. They are gonna be changing. They are gonna be changing that ability of Hanzo's. Right then, so that's Zenyetta and Orisa.
Arriving at
Hopefully I'm not going to get another defense thing, so I can...
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Let's be Bastion. Oh yeah, one thing that's new is you can change what skin you want people to be in before the start of the game. So here's Bastion's normal one. That's his friend Ganymede. Their friend Ganymede, its friend Ganymede, her friend Ganymede. So all the blue ones are just recolours. That's the Tombstone one for Halloween, and I can go back to Classic. Nope, I was still on Tombstone, I didn't change quickly enough. So I can't... you can't change in the... once the match has started. Oh good, we got a shield for me to hide behind. Yay!
No scope.
So I'm going to set up here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Executing pre-combat routines. Optimizing strategy.
Or perhaps... Nah, here's got a better...
The struggle is for the superiority of ideas.
So this is where I set up the Torbjorn turret.
3,
That time. It's a good spot for turrets.
attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
That sounds like we have some flankers.
Walk it off. Allow me to repair
I was doing well until McCree came along.
contributions to the furtherance of science.
Stupid McCree. Huh. Oh. Sorry, I pressed tab a lot to see what's going on. You get to see who's dead. That is a very quickly charged ultimate. Guess it has been about a minute. That was a bad place to stand. Hacked for Mercy, and then Hanzo killed her. Killed our Sombra, I mean. That was a lot of damage. I'm probably going to switch from Bastion, to be honest.
Walk it off.
But I'll try doing this ultimate.
I'm back in the fight.
This will be your shield.
Beacon.
You're powered up. Get in there. Team up for special attack.
I admire your efficacy.
There we are. So Tracer versus Bastion is one of those things where if Bastion gets one good lock on her, she's in trouble. But she's very good at not letting it get a lock.
My will.
That's Moira's ult. We'll talk about her more next week. Aha! Not gonna get me this time.
There comes something from us. No fair.
My will made real.
Your mind's up. Self-destruct sequence.
Ah, damn it, Kree got me.
All systems checked out.
Thank you, Diva. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. For some reason, I think it's Bastion's boxing emote, but I always get put into my favourite, like GGM movies. Not the most successful ult I've ever managed.
I've got you in my
Right,
sights.
I'm gonna switch to Genji now. I don't actually think Genji's gonna be that useful here, but I haven't shown him off yet. Damn it. So Genji can actually reflect High Noon back at McCree. He can reflect Peacekeeper, which is a really fun thing to do.
The battle continues. Roadhog time.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Ultra 76 reporting for duty.
Team up for special attack.
Get into position.
Moria. Note to self, only try and deflect things when people are actually trying to fire at you. Oh no, I'm not doing too badly. They're bunching up, which is quite nice for Genji.
different outcome.
I'm not very good at using him to kind of hunt down. Ooh, that's... Yeah, that's bad. Thank you, Roadhog. And our friends are back.
We will fight again.
I basically just killed that Tracer by accident. I was just throwing randomly into the crowd. Yeah, I shouldn't have jumped in like that. Oh well. I'm going to be ready to... depending on the situation I get back up, I'm probably going to use my Dragon Blade.
It's I've got you in my sights.
That was a waste of an ult. Oh well.
Anyone need some healing?
I thought there were more of them in my defense. Yeah. You've got sniped in the head by my brother.
Team up for special attack.
Yeah, you basically... Right then.
Back at you.
Oh yeah, you can also deflect Tracer's ultimate pulse bomb. As I just did.
Enemy
I didn't manage to actually, like...
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for the last bit, I'm probably going to switch to... Actually, let's keep going with Zen.
30 seconds remaining.
Defend.
Not Zen. Let's keep going with Genji. Stuck. And then I'm stuck. That was a lot of ults.
10 seconds remaining.
I just threw with that many ults in my face. Come on. Can I get back up there in time? Damn it! Okay. Nicely timed. Nicely timed Dragon Strike by Hanzo there.
Play the game.
Team up for special attack.
Nerf this!
Nice. So, one thing I've noticed, so Sun and the Sea, there's not really a drop in my abilities when I'm playing the game and streaming, when I'm talking about it. Overwatch, yeah, splitting my concentration between explaining the game and kind of talking about it is difficult. So yeah.
Traveling to Horizon Lunar Colony.
Okay. Oh, it's another. Right. Wait, we don't have any tank heroes.
Is without
My
Doop-a-doo.
ultimate is ready to be unleashed.
Your safety is my primary concern.
So Orisa is amazing, and I love her. Look at that. That's her feat creator. She spends a lot of her time doing stuff like being a traffic warden. It's just really sweet. And then she can also murder people.
Emergency services.
Easy come, easy go. Hi Reinhardt. Bye Reinhardt.
I recommend moving behind my body.
My will.
System holding position. Initiating objective capture plan.
Hey! So that was an example of a backfill game gone well.
Play of the game.
I love Symmetra. Look at that. Oh, so much beam. Oh, that was very satisfying to watch. Right, sorry, cancel search. So, I think I'm going to call this here. So next week we'll be diving into the Criminal Underbelly with the members of Talon and also everyone's favourite Australian duo, Roadhog and Junkrat. I love Junkrat so much. Anyway, so that's next week. I'm probably going to do a bit more playing if people want to stick around and watch. But this ends the recording at least. Bye everyone.